It's not an easy one. What is now required is for our structures to be united, to stand as one, take from where Mama Edna has left, make sure that we serve our people selflessly, because if there is one thing that we can all learn from Comrade Edna is that she was an upright activist. She was a selfless revolutionary. She served the ANC without hoping for any material gain. She understood what was her task as a leader of our people, but also she was a fearless environmentalist. Look at what she did with the game rangers. I mean, there's an association called African Rangers Association, which had conveyed their own condolences and farewell messages to her. And one of the strongest messages that came out of their statement was to salute her role in protecting the rhino. But not only was that, her ability to mobilize waste pickers into one body called the South African Waste Pickers Association. Her sterling contribution, well, it brought in the waste management space. I mean, we saw under her the rollout of the integrated waste tire management plan, which was the first of its kind in this country. But also under her tenure, the environmental levy was also enacted, which meant that this was somebody who was paying attention to detail, making sure that at the level of policy, the ANC doesn't lose the initiative. I mean, some of us who had the privilege, the rare privilege of serving with her in the National Executive Committee for 2 consecutive terms. I mean, I learned a lot from her, you know, both in the ANC, but again, her just being a mother to we the young ones. I mean, Comrade Edna is someone you looked up to. You know, if she said Samma, and if you said to her, Comrade Edna, it was not enough. But if you said to her, my old lady, because of our own age, then you'd be able to grab her attention there.
And adding to that, of course, we hear of the great work, the excellent work that she contributed on an official level. But that personal interaction, for many of you, yes, she was not just a comrade, she was a friend. And as you say, even that motherly figure, yes, that's perhaps what you're going to miss the most. Well,
I don't know how to best express this. You know, you knew that when you spoke to her, just having late night telephone conversations, they would go on and on and on. You know, they will start first, they will be social, they will move into organization, they will enter into the serious stuff of academia at times, you know. So she was such I would say that she was such a great motivation. I mean, I came to advance many other things in the academic space because of the courage that she was infusing in us, you know, pushing us to say, you need to educate yourself, you know.
Yeah. And for the youth, yes, she has left so much behind. As the ANC, her political home, yes, how do you take all that knowledge, that legacy that she has left behind, and really just pass on the spear?
Well, we might be speaking today on behalf of the ANC, but age-wise we are much younger. Some of us would easily qualify to be called her sons, you know. So one of the greatest lessons that we had learned from her was the need to preserve the environment. Comrade Edna loved her job. She fulfilled the task bestowed upon her by the movement with great diligence. She paid attention. Like I said, she was an upright individual. She was not corruptible. Now, these are the leaders that you need in the movement. Leaders who understand that saving the people is not about putting themselves first. Now, what we, the young ones, can learn from this fearless, selfless, loyal woman is to be humane, is to serve our people openly and selflessly. I think this is the greatest lesson that came out. But she was also loyal to the ANC. She understood that the only vehicle that is available to be able to transform the living conditions of our people is the African National Congress.
Thank you so much. We'll have to leave it at there. ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe there pouring out his heart, just remembering the fallen minister Edna Molewa, really speaking greatly of her. We've heard speaker after speaker here paying tribute, remembering the minister. Of course, earlier we also had the former President Jacob Zuma, who came to join the prayer meeting here at her official home and also just stand in support with the family. The first memorial service, as I said earlier, will be held this coming Thursday, and that will come from the department, followed by the official one next week, Wednesday, and the funeral on the 6th of October. Let's give it back to studio.
So we leave it there with Patricia Visagie in Pretoria, there at the home of Mama Edna Molewa. A number of glowing tributes from senior ANC figures, of course, the chairperson, Gwede Mantashe, tracing the roots of Edna Molewa's political career in the trade union movement. And I think the common thread from all the speakers was how meticulous she was, whether it was, preparation for cabinet meetings. We heard also from Lindiwe Zulu talking about the role that she played as the chairperson of the ANC's International Relations Committee, saying that when that handover had to happen, she'd actually prepared detailed files, and she was quite meticulous in her preparation, in her organization, saying, of course, that she abhorred anything to do with clumsiness and untidiness. Also, of course, referring to the honor that she received in France for her role in getting the Paris climate agreements signed. So a number of glowing tributes then for the fallen minister who passed away this weekend. And that's where we're going to leave